We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And off we go from Dallas. Very short kick taken at the 19. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott opening with a pass. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Yeah! And go kill. 26.
Throwing again is Dak. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And go kill.
They've got a man in motion.
26.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept. Sometimes it does yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Yeah!
Give now to the running back. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Yeah! Then we're going to 53. 47. 26.
Dak now from the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
From the gun is Prescott. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
46. Hey, kill. 26.
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Here we go, 47. Yeah, here we go. 26.
Dak throwing again. Hits him on the in route. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. Out of the gun, Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Spot that.
First snap, and Wilson wants to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is not a good omen at all. We've spent so much time, Kate, on the first 15 plays. And that first play, you've rehearsed it in your head over and over as a quarterback, as an offensive line. You never, ever want to go backwards at such a negative play. But now, you got to flush it and quickly move on.
A run for no gain doesn't help matters. It's 3rd and long coming up.
14. What?
Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at 3rd and very long.
One flip.
Rush coming for Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. On is the former all-conference return man from nearby TCU, Kavontae Turpin. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Cowboys will take over with some excellent field position. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Go to 54. Why
Blown back, it's the handoff. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Going to 54. Why? Yeah.
This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Hey, 47.
Prescott here from the gun. He's going deep. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get the game's first points here in the 2nd. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Cordarrelle Patterson now to return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Drive starts out with the 1st and 10.
Bring out. Quick. Hey, look. Left that. What?
Blitz coming, Russ. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Steelers with a 2nd and 7. Warren running between the tackles. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Run left, run left.
Russ now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down. They're set up at the 35 now. First down, here's Russ. Complete out to the right side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 43. Austin's there to haul it in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. New set of Russ is cooking again. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So it'll be 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Sticking in the air with Wilson. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
You know, one of the beauties of the game of football is it never sits still. It's constantly adapting. And that nickel defense right there, critical in taking the ball away. And when you think about nickel defense, you think about Rondé Barber, won the Hall of Fame in the summer of 2023, really revolutionizing the position of the nickelback. That nickel defender and that nickel defense, critical in that takeaway we just saw.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Dak off the play fake. That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here we go. Like 26.
From the red zone now. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Gay's kick is good. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Patterson now to return it. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Throw right side, caught by Wilson. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. A run from Warren here to start the third. He's contained at the line for no gain. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard. And you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Now Wilson on 3rd and long. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Second and 6 coming up here. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Trying to run in, Harris. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And they've got him behind the line. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
95.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains. His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. Got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
Turpin with a return. Return's looking good so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear. Up with great field position.
Moan back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Pickup of 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? Hey, kill. What do you think?
He's back to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And this one hits first at the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Cut. Good play. 12.
Wilson now from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Got it.
Back to throw. Wilson's got it. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Now a give to Warren, coming right. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Setting up to pass. This one's caught. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Warren quick on the draw. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal.
Whoa. What?
He'll look to throw it. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. And the whistles go off, so we've got a timeout. 9 seconds left in the game. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
What? What?
Here he is to throw. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And they pull it off. A touchdown catch in the final moments. And now overtime or a win right here are on the table. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So this kick now to force overtime. 1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. Oh, it's no good. Wow, they got the touchdown. They chose to play for the tie and not the lead. They're going to remain down by 1 after they miss. So just 1 second to go. They not only have to recover this, they've got to return it all the way. And this kick is brought in by the Cowboys, and that should be enough to secure them this win. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. So it's a win